Hello, Fresno.
Good afternoon.
Yes,
I was going to say morning, but apparently it's not.
It feels like a morning still, doesn't it?
It honestly, I've been up since 7:45, and I still feel like it's morning.
Yeah, well, we have a good show, great show for you today, folks.
I think it's pretty great.
We've got several guests, and of course, we've got the weather and the news. So why don't we go ahead and start with the first thing we've always started with, usually.
Which is?
The Valley headlines.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's one of those days, folks. One of those Mondays. But then again, it's Monday, right?
I was not ready for Monday today.
Whoever is.
I had a good weekend. I was not prepared for today.
I'm never prepared for Mondays.
No.
Hence the reason why, I'm doing this show.
If you elect me to be president, I will outlaw Mondays somehow. Then you all hate Tuesdays, so it really is not going to help anything.
Yeah. So in about, maybe 10 years when you start running for president, we'll pull this clip.
Yeah.
We'll mention it. All right, folks. Let's go on to the Bakersfield Californian. Well, most of the stuff on this paper is all AP. All Associated Press. You'd think that with such little space devoted to stories, that they'd at least put some local stuff on the front page. Other than that one photo packet. Or one photo, really.
I'm pretty sure that coupon is local.
Well, yeah, the coupon's local, yes. The fast trip coupon. But apparently school becomes no-contact sport. Students at Oliver Middle School flood the sidewalk as school lets out for the weekend. Principal Sheila Johnson is cracking down on public displays of affection. See story on page 2. Well, if I didn't read the photo cut line, I wouldn't know what that was about.
Well, I'd know it's about school because there are a ton of kids on the front.
Yeah, but school becomes no-contact sport. There's no story, nothing attached to it, just the headlines of Associated Press stories.
And you know what's funny is because of all the things going on right now with bullying, I would assume that reading school becomes a no-contact sport would have to do with the bullying.
Exactly. Same.
That's what I was going for, but then it's all about public displays of affection. Well, kids, you shouldn't be making out by your locker. Let's just get that straight right now.
Especially in middle
disgusting.
school.
So, but honestly, yeah, you're right. I mean, unless you read the subtitle or the little
Photo caption.
Thank you. You really won't know, and that really does lead somebody to believe that it has to do with all the bullying that's going on right now. So, Bakersfield, California, I'm always a fan. I'm missing the carpet ads. Really, I am. But, yeah.
Might be a good idea to start adding a little bit more information to the front page. My opinion.
That's his opinion.
My opinion, yes. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the Fresno Bee. If Sean has it up. Yep.
There
Perfect.
it is.
Ready. All right. First things first. On the left hand, we've got Will High Speed Derail. Nice headline, actually.
Yeah.
Nice choice. And then the subhead of GOP leadership raises uncertainty on funding.
It was an interesting little blurb there. Kind of has the positive and the negative, saying that with the Republicans taking over the majority in the House of Representatives, that possibly the high-speed rail could be voted down. Although they were also saying that there are a few Republican governors that were elected and decided that for their state the high-speed rail isn't right, so there may actually end up being more funding for California's high-speed rail if we decide to go with it. So, there's the pros and the cons in the article about the whole thing.
Well, that's great to hear. But hopefully,
I would love it.
Yeah, I would love it too. But haven't we been hearing about this coming since we were in elementary school?
Well, it's going to take some time. It takes a lot of money
to
build
that,
it.
but
now we actually have, a year in mind. Before they talked about it, we want to do this, we want to do this. Now there's actually a plan, instead now we just need to get the funds for it, but at least they have an idea of when they're going to do it now, which I think it's going to be great for the Valley.
Yes,
if you can get to San Francisco in an hour, can you imagine how many people will live here rather than in the city?
Oh, yeah,
because the cost of living is so much better. I think it's going to be great for us.
It would be wonderful to see it happen. I'm still have my fingers crossed, though, because we've been hearing about it since we were little, and they keep throwing out dates. Oh, by the year 2000, by the year 2005, 2008, 2012.
No, we're doing good. I have faith, government. Got your back.
All right, and then the top story, truckers clean up hit snags. Hits snag. Some invested long-term for air rule that may be delayed. Well, we don't want to hear about that being delayed. It'd be nice
it's really sad
to see things actually work for a change.
Yeah, it's talking about a trucking company that has, between the recession and spending so much money investing in new trucks to meet the new
regulations.
Thank you. Their company may end up going under.
Right.
And it's just, it's sad.
And now for potentially nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
If the regulations get delayed for who knows how long, or as in California, indefinitely. Our regulations usually get it delayed last minute.
But my favorite, I know you don't have it highlighted, but on the top, Fresno State grad full of glee over role. Who knew, Gleeks out there, that the new football coach actually went to Fresno State for 2 years? She was a graduate of Fresno State.
Now my question is, did she play football there?
No, she was an arm wrestler.
Oh. Well, hey, that's still physical activity.
Yeah, I think it's
Physical
awesome.
sports, yeah. And then the big photo packet there at the on the B is on your marks, thousands hit the street for annual Valley Marathon.
Awesome.
Yes.
I could not do that, so you know what? Hats off to y'all who went out there and did it
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I couldn't imagine.
Me neither. There's no way I could ever be caught dead running that hard and that long in a marathon.
I'd actually like to try and train for like a half marathon or, something like that, but it's so much. I'm not a runner.
I don't know. I'd make it maybe about a block, if that, running.
Well, that's a block that you didn't do before.
True. Very true.
Let's be positive.
Well, who knows? Maybe a little drink from one of our guests might give me enough energy.
Foreshadowing.
Yes, foreshadowing. Next on to the Merced Sun Star, or Modesto B. Either way, Sean. Modesto B? Okay, we'll hit Modesto B first. Water dispute boils at Diablo. Residents want rate plan probed. Apparently, the golf course has been using a lot of water, from what I got out of the story. And people are very concerned about certain issues dealing with the golf course. Now, that's definitely an interesting packet, and I encourage people to read more. Beautifully displayed. Unfortunately, from what I had, there was only like 3 graphs here, so I only got to see the front page. I don't get to see the whole story. I want to read the whole story, and I normally don't want to read anything about golf. So this is definitely something to look into, folks. If you can pick up the Modesto B, I'd recommend it. Take a look.
MODB.com.
ODB.com?
MOD. Like
M-O-D?
Modesto, MODBEE.com.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you can check it out there as well. Next, we've got the Merced Sun Star. And I kind of like what they did with this packet. It's all local packet up top. It's all front information. Yes, we already know about the high-speed rail, so we won't go into it, but tackling achievement gap. Developing strategy for education improvements. That's a nice thing to hear. That
Yeah.
they're trying to encourage the closure of that gap.
Bring up the California schools.
Yes, definitely. We always want to see schools doing better, and anything we can do to help folks. Whether you're a parent or just somebody who lives in the community, help out your local schools. Do whatever you can. And even if that just means helping out in a classroom or donating, say, a box of pencils or a little bit of cash for books. Do what you can to help. We need all the help we can get. And then at the bottom of the page, something I kind of found interesting. Merced has a new store.
Yes, an organic food store.
Yes. It's called the Merced Organics Health Food Market on 18th Street. And apparently, according to the way the article reads, it recently opened. So folks, if you're looking for health food in Merced, that's the only place to go. Now, not that I want to discourage people to...
I'm pretty sure the grocery store has healthy food.
Yes.
But, if you want an organic food store, apparently this is the only one in Merced, so
Right.
check them out.
Yeah, if you don't want to drive all the way to Fresno, not that I'm discouraging that either. You can pick up some food there and
Okay.
take a little longer before you make your trip to Fresno.
Do we have another one?
Do we have time for another one? Okay, let's pull up another one when we get a chance. Tulare Advanced Register.
Looks good.
Oh, definitely. I love the fact that they led with this story. Board debates jobs authorization. 122 new jobs would be created, most in health fields. Now it says while 17 would be eliminated, but 17 eliminated for 122 to start. I say that's potentially a good trade-off, especially if those 17 could move into one of the other
That's what I
jobs.
was going to say. That sounds great if they can get the 17 people that they're going to lay off jobs within the new...
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great to see, though, that they led with something about new jobs in the ballot.
Yeah.
Instead of shoving it on the inside or some sidebar off to the side. Also, on the Tulare Advanced Register, although I'm not going to really talk about it much, I love what they're doing with this sidebar over here. Now, of course, it's not brought up on the paper, but they've got this week basically events going on this week in Tulare.
Mhm.
All there right on the front page for you to see, folks.
Which just shows my whole thing last week about I want to move to Tulare because I do a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
They always have fun events for the family, and it's just it seems like a really great place to live.
And speaking of fun events, Sean, can we bring up the front page again and zoom in on the packet there, the photo packet?
The Veterans Day Parade.
Yes.
It looks like a really cool parade. Miss Tulare County was there.
Definitely, we've got the, let's see,
Marching
the
band.
Visalia Rockets, or Rockettes, I should say, marching around. Then the McCully Middle School Marching Band performed.
Very cool.
See more photos, just go to Tulare Advanced Register /photos. I'm assuming TulareAdvancedRegister.com/photos. Got dropped out a little cut line there, but still. All right, any more time for anything else, Sean? Or do we got to get going to commercial break? What was that?
Looks like
we
he
got
pulled
time?
up the Visalia
Okay.
Times Delta.
All right, so we do have time. Let's go ahead and go to it. You know what? Most of this stuff is AP, or it's already been talked about. We got the GOP takeovers signal big cuts. California jobless cost of $40 million a day. Ouch.
That's a lot.
Yes. And then, of course, the county looking to add the 122 jobs mentioned, which is we've already talked about. And the big package here, I'm sorry if I mispronounced it, Kawa Oaks has a field day. Apparently, the Kauai Land and Arts Festival was celebrated this weekend. That's wonderful to hear. They did a
Yeah.
good job. But bad news at the bottom of the Visalia Times Delta, which I think Visalia probably should have led with. Visalia retiree health costs to rise. City to consider ending subsidy increases for former employees. Ouch.
Yeah.
That could be a problem for those of you who might have retired and who were, city employees in the past. But that's definitely something to look into, folks, if you're in the Visalia area. And, folks, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to have some great guests for you, so stay tuned.
Yep.